How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Riddle Joker. So, last time we are well on our way down the Hazuki route, and it's really interesting because Hazuki is very much like me in the sense that she doesn't do things halfway. She's like all or nothing. So, because she's kind of realized she started falling for the main character, us, she's decided to try and check out if we're husband material. And like she'd been encouraged by her mom because she was like, wow, this is the first boy you've really fallen for. And her mom was also very supportive and of even saying like, oh, I thought you might like girls. But like, she's like, okay, so you like this guy. All right, so just try and figure out if he's a good guy. So Hazuki's been like kind of putting us in situations to try and like see if she's interested. And we've also been able to spend time with her, watch some shows with her together. It's been really, really fun and really cute. However, we also know secretly that there's been some odd occurrences going on involving water around town. And so we're being told, hey, like, we need to investigate who could this possibly be, who's breaking the law, this is getting out of hand, it's starting to get potentially close to hurting people. And so the only person who has water manipulation powers that we can find is Hazuki. So our dad's telling us like, hey, like, don't trust anybody. She might be trying to get close to you to learn more information about you. Yeah, treat her like anyone else. But we're having trouble with that because we trust her. Now, she is trying to understand who we are, and she's getting that understanding, but as she watches and pays attention, she's picking up on the things that are hinting at the fact that there's something about our life that we're not telling her. And so I made the guess that it's either going to go one of two ways, in my opinion. Either it's going to go down the path where they're going to, like, be, like, constantly at odds with each other, and then kind of come together at the very end, when everything just kind of like works out. They're just gonna like, realize, there's so much more going on here than meets the eye. Or what I think is more likely is that they're actually going to be confronted fairly early about this level of trust. Like, he's going to be told like, hey, like, she might be the bad person, you need to back off and leave her alone. And she's going to start to wonder if he's got this secret double life. Maybe her mom will even caution her, saying like, hey, like, he could be like cheating on you, or like doing all this back, like, underhanded stuff, like you should stay away from him. And they're going to have to decide independently, do they trust each other based on the relationship they've been able to like build, or do they listen to like the common sense that's telling them to back off? And so I'm curious to see what's going to happen, and maybe I'm wrong completely, but that's my guesses. So let's just jump right in. Now, just FYI, I've got a bit of a cold, my throat's a little scratchy, so I'm going to probably have a few coughs here and there. I got some water to try and help with that, but I can't guarantee. So there we go. Let's jump in and see how we go. School's now out. With nothing much better to do, I wander around campus.
ここまでのところ、減点対象は特になしか。
Right, Hazuki's score. It's her, like, husband score, I'm guessing. Though I still think that it's important and impertinent of me, I've continued to investigate into Ari Harakun's life. He not only has the strength to take me down, but is also a quick learner. And he didn't even lay a finger on me while I was asleep and defenseless in his room. I forgot about that. What's more, he also enjoys historical shows with me, my favorite things ever.
完璧じゃないか。
He's my ideal man. No, even beyond that. He's proven time and time again that he's my shogun in shining armor, so much I almost feel ashamed for even doubting him.
有原くん。
Aww. It's so cute, but like I'm terrified for when this house of cards tumbles. Just thinking about it makes my chest feel warm. He's the only person I've been comfortable in trusting my everything to. There's no longer any room for doubt. The time for me to let out these feelings and confess to him is drawing near. But...
そんなの無理。
Whenever I envision telling him that I like him, I feel like crawling into a hole. I can't do such a thing.
どうしたものか。
Yeah, that's always hard. As I get up while heaving a sigh, I catch notice of something. A group of students are approaching the main gate while looking around suspiciously. It's said that longtime officers are able to identify criminals at a glance. It's a sort of intuition one gains with experience.
あれは怪しいな。
Perhaps it's due to my father's influence that I also have that intuition. Let's see what's going to happen here.
おい、君たち。
The two male students stop in their tracks while I call out to them. One is a standoffish-looking kid with dyed blonde hair and a half-unbuttoned shirt revealing a metal chain dangling from his neck. The stereotypical delinquent, in other words. The other one, though, looks more studious. He wears glasses and is glaring at me with a somewhat gloomy expression. Oh, interesting. I wonder if this is that, like, the kid who does, like, who was doing the shady stuff when we first got here. Quite the unlikely duo.
もうすぐ夕方だぞ。どこへ行くんだ？
どこだっていいだろう。お前には関係ねえよ。
私は一応寮長をやっている身でな。寮生たちの生活風紀に問題があれば指導するように言いつかっている。
So a dorm manager is kind of reminding me a lot of like being a prefect from Harry Potter, or in real life, because prefects are a thing, right?
故にまるで無関係というわけでもないんだ。
学院の飼い犬が。
The one who looks like a troublemaker appears annoyed and unwilling to talk.
君の顔は知っているぞ、渡来。この前、学院外で他の学生を恐喝した容疑で謹慎処分を受けたはずだ。
Okay, yeah, talk about suspicious. His full name is Watare Ryoji, a third-year student. He's infamous across the school because of his behavior problems and frequent misuse of his astral abilities. Rumor has it that he was admitted to the school through the Astral Protection Program.
だからなんだ。昔のことをいちいちほじくり返してんじゃねえよ。
謹慎処分を受けたのは1ヶ月前の出来事だ。まだそれほど昔のことでもないんじゃないか？まあそれはいい。先の質問にまだ答えてもらっていないので、再度尋ねるが、どこへ行くつもりなんだ？
Interesting. The nice thing is though, like, I'm not worried because Hazuki could throw, like, she could throw a punch. She can take care of herself.
コンビニだよ。ちょい欲しいもんがあんだよ。
なるほど。外出届は出したのか？
はあ？
He's only growing more and more irate, but I'm not concerned with his attitude.
外出届だ。学院の外へ出るときは報告する義務がある。
ああ、そういやそんなのあったな。出した。もういいだろう。
そうか。では確認する。
I pull out my phone and message the teacher in charge of the permission forms. They respond to my inquiry immediately. Just as I thought, he hasn't filled out a form.
確認したところ、外出届は出されていないそうだ。
知らねえよ。俺は出したんだよ。
担当教師はこうも言っていたぞ。彼は謹慎が明けて間もない。当面は外出届が提出されても受理されることはないだろうと。
She's got your number, bro. In other words, he's trying to pull my finger.
なあ、お前何なの？何様のつもりなの？
As I said, I'm a dorm manager.
おい、木戸よ！こいつ超うぜえんだけど。なんなんだよ、これ！
Watari turns to the other student, who he calls Kiddo.
彼女は2年 A 組の二条院葉月。寮長を任されてて、確か父親が警察官だって噂だよ。
Exactly. His response is timid and fearful.
なるほどな。親父の真似して警察ごっこをしてるわけだ。食ったらね。おままごとならよそでやれや。
I don't know, but she's not pretending.
私は寮長として話をしているだけだ。お父様が何をしているかは関係ない。
I raise my voice to show him that I'm not intimidated.
は、その寮長とか言うのだって、お前の親父がポリコーだから任されてるだけだろうが。
What a lovely fellow.
親の七光で偉そうにケチつけやがって。舐めてんじゃねえぞ。
お父様は関係ないと言っている。
俺には関係あんだよ。てめえが今やってることはポリコーと同じなんだよ。別に偉くもなんともねえくせに権威を振りかざして上から目線で人を小馬鹿にしやがって。
Yeah, she earned that badge.
そういうてめえの態度が一番気に食わねえんだよ。
His harsh language caused me to grit my teeth in frustration.
君たちが私を嫌うのは自由だ。それを制限する権利は私にはない。だが、規則は規則だ。君たちの外出は認められない。
だったらなんだ？お前が認めようがどうしようが知ったことか。俺たちはコンビニに行くぜ。
He shrugs and starts walking away, but I quickly block his path.
渡来、君は勘違いをしているぞ。君たちの外出は私の一存が決めるんじゃない。規則がそう定めているんだ。
Yep. So she's like, look, the rules say I'm guessing that there's a point where she's allowed to use her powers.
何？邪魔するわけ？ 女だからって容赦しねえけど、覚悟はあるんだろうな。
He cracks his knuckles and approaches.
できれば穏便に済ませたかったんだが。どうしてもと言うなら、私も遠慮はしないぞ。
へ、売られた喧嘩は買ってやるってわけだ。上等だよ、こら！
Here we go.
仕方ない。
The use of astral abilities is allowed inside the academy strictly for emergency self-defense situations. If he's going to resort to violence against me, then I must fight back. I create a ball of water from the surrounding air and hurled it against Watari.
安心しろ。ただの水だ。
Even though it's only a ball of water, it has a diameter of about 30 centimeters and weighs roughly 15 kilograms. Yeah, so it hits, it splashes, but it's like gonna knock you down. An object of that mass can hurt when hurled at high velocity. It would be powerful enough to knock out any normal person.
てめえのせいでずぶ濡れだ。どうしてくれんだよ、このクソ甘が。
Physical enhancement, huh? However, he withstood the impact with ease.
倒れないだと。
アストラルが使えるのはお前だけじゃねえんだよ。なめ腐ったことしやがって。
Uh-oh.
ならば。
I fling water ball after water ball at him in quick succession.
こんなもん、不意打ちでもなきゃ当たらねえよ。
But he dodged them all.
沈め、貴様。
Uh-oh. He gets in position and throws a punch, to which I try to defend myself with my umbrella. However, he is much stronger than I anticipated. I'm blown back and thrown to the ground with a single blow. Ah, fetch. I thought she'd do better than this. That punch took the wind out of my lungs.
どうして水弾が全く効かないなんて。
Physical enhancement.
俺のアストラルは身体強化だ。あんなもん、俺にとっちゃ水鉄砲と変わらねえよ。
He slowly approaches, anger and rage radiating from him.
さてと、散々偉そうなことほざいてくれやがったな。覚悟はできてるんだろ。
Oh boy. Fear and trepidation begins to grip me. I want to stand up to bullies, that's why I learned Aikido and trained every single day. In the end, though, I was no match for a brawny man. I convinced myself I'd be able to overcome anything so long as I could control my ability perfectly. In the end, though, I was no match for someone with more advantageous ability. All I wanted to do was right. Everything I do because I believe it will make the world a better place. But reality is harsh.
てめえ、何固まってんだよ。さっきまでの威勢はどうした？あ？
I don't have the power to stand up for my beliefs. I'm still the same little girl who could do nothing but sob when a group of adults with ill intentions surrounded her. Nothing about me has changed in the slightest. Aww.
け、今さら被害者ぶってんじゃねえぞ。死ねえよ俺。
All I could do is cower and tremble in fear. Did he even show up? Did he make it? Yeah, there he is! Whew!
てめえ、どこから湧いて出てきやがった。
Whew, made it just in the nick of time. He was just as he was about to hit her, I slipped in between them and caught his fist.
有原くん。
You hurt? Thank goodness. After hearing that she's okay, I turned back to the guy. What kind of person who raises a hand against a lady? That's not very nice.
身体強化してるのに受け止めるなんて、どういうバカ力なんだよてめえは。
A similar one to you. He begins putting even more force into his fist, but I push back with the same amount.
まさか、てめえも。
I push with all my might to create some distance between us and Nijo-san. One step back, then another. Sensing that he's at a disadvantage, the guy steps back and takes his distance, but he seems ready to pounce. Who is he?
彼は学院3年生、渡来良二だ。外出届を出さずにコンビニへ行こうとしてたから注意して、その。
Ah, so he must have snapped when she admonished him and lashed out. You can tell me what happened later. I just want to know one thing right now. What should we do with them?
どうってできるなら外出を止めたいのだが。
Can I use force?
そうだな。
That's what I wanted to hear. He's like, yeah, baby, let's do this. Hey, you. Didn't you want to go to the store? Go on, be my guest.
はあ何が言いたいんだてめえ
Oh, come on. Do I have to spell it out? Yeah, I can't stop you without force unless you rebel. I try to keep calm demeanor, but I'm seething inside. The reason for that is simple. This bee tried to hurt Joan-san.
クソうぜどこのドイツか知らねえが正義の味方気取ってん
It's
じ
like,
ゃ
oh
ねえ
yeah,
ぞ
because like that's the thing too. Is like we know how hard he was trying to hit her with. Like it was like a full power punch from him, a strengthening Astral ability. He could have killed her. Like a punch from a normal, like maybe like well-built person can kill somebody. Like there's actually trials. Like I remember I saw a trial in Australia, and it was like a court cam show where they were trying an MMA fighter who like some kind of there's kind of like a brawl fight. Like alcohol got involved, and somebody like tried to pick a fight with him, and like he tried to de-escalate it, you know, as the guy starts like going after him, but finally the guy like is starting like to punch at him, and so he retaliates with one solid punch to the jaw and like knocks him out instantly. And the guy sued him, and the suit was based on the premise that since he's a trained MMA fighter, the punch from him should be considered assault with a deadly weapon, because people have died from punches before. And like the MMA fighter, even in the video, like after he punches the lights out, he's like, oh crap. He like calls 911. He like tries to resuscitate him and like make sure he's like taken care of, because he felt really bad. And so like obviously the charges were dropped and the judge like threw it out. But like this is one of those things where like if a normal person who's just, you know, strong can kill somebody with a punch in the right place, imagine what a full-powered astral punch from a guy like this could do to somebody who doesn't have a way of reinforcing their body. So he might have saved her life. At the very least, he saved her from having to go to the hospital for like a broken nose or something. Well, I'm the Shogun in shining armor, so I have to play the part. I have to play the hero. I clench my fist and turn to him. The only way my anger will be quelled is if I see scumbags like you down on the ground.
ふざけんなこら
There we go. 1, 2, 3. Whew. I take a deep breath once the commotion's over. Watari fell down after 3 well-connected punches. A bit anticlimactic, all things considered. The other student watched, his blood drained from his face as he turned tail and ran. Man, what a mess. Aww. Yeah, she's gonna take this pretty personally, unfortunately. She's been looking pretty cross the whole time. It's no wonder this whole incident has got her feeling bad. Don't let it get to you too much. They were in the wrong for trying to break the rules. You aren't to blame for pointing that out.
それは私もそう思う。
After that curt response, she falls silent. Then why the long face?
私はダメな人間だ。
God, why is she like me in so many ways?
正義感に駆られて身の程知らずな行動に出て、自分一人では解決できず誰かの手を煩わせて助けてもらって。
Hazuki, talking to you, I feel like I need to talk to me. So here, I'm kind of looking in the mirror right now, but I'm also sharing my thoughts with you who are watching this. No one's an island. You're not expected to be perfect. You're good at what you're good at. That's okay. But you're not expected to be perfect, and frankly, there's a reason why a lot of officers are asked to travel in groups. There's a reason why police, when they ever are in a scene where they're not 100% sure what's going on, call for backup before they approach. There's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of reasons involve safety and, you know, having each other's back and being able to, like, trust in somebody to have your back when things take a turn for the worse, because they can at a moment's notice. There's nothing wrong with having good backup, and there's nothing wrong with relying on said backup. But she really wants to be independent. She wants to be able to do these things on her own power. That's been her whole goal. So obviously, it's not going to be something that easy, even if I could talk to her directly.
有原くんに助けてもらったあの時から、私は何一つ成長してないんだ。本当に情けない。
She starts tearing up.
私は無力だ。私の正しさなんて、所詮は自分のエゴでしかない。何よりも許せないのは、有原くんに迷惑をかけたことだ。こんなことしかできないのなら、目を閉じて口をつぐみ、耳を塞いで何もしない方が、よっぽどいい。
She bites her lip and the tears start rolling down. think you're a very admirable person, Nijuan-san.
立派なんかじゃない。余計ないさかいを起こしておきながら、誰かの手を借りなきゃ解決できないなら、そんなの役立たずじゃないか。ただのトラブルメーカー、ただのお荷物だ。自分でわかってるんだ。私なんて、誰の役にも立てない。
The tears roll down her face and spill onto the ground. Don't say that. I clench my fist in anger. I just can't accept what she's saying. I refuse to. She's serious, honest, and always tries to do what she thinks is right. And that's what I love about her. You didn't do anything wrong. You did what you thought was right, and there's no reason to be ashamed of that.
でも、有原君に迷惑をかけてしまった。
There's a large difference between making someone do that and, like, me doing that of my own power. It's no skin off my back, really. I want to help you. It makes me happy. I'm truly happy. I was pissed at the guy for trying to hurt her, but I was able to keep her safe, and nothing feels better.
有原君。
I believe in your sense of justice, so I don't think there's anything wrong with continuing to do as you've been. Feel free to lean on me if you ever need help. I'll gladly lend a hand.
本当に頼ってもいいのか?
Absolutely. Of course. She looks up at me through tearful eyes, so I try to speak as gently and comforting as I can to her.
有原君。
It might be rash of me to promise her this, but this conviction of mine comes from the heart, so it can't be wrong. At least that's what I believe. I can still recall the fight I once had with my father. He had discovered I broke a plate that my mother treasured very much.
Hazuki, 素直に言いなさい。割ったのはお前だろう。
知らない。
お前は分かってないかもしれないが、これはただの皿とは違う。マイセルという高級な食器だ。母さんと結婚するときに買った大切なものだ。
Oh, that would suck. I knew that. I knew it was valuable, but above all, I knew how much it meant to my mother. That was why I simply couldn't fess up to what I'd done.
葉月、嘘つきは泥棒の始まりだ。正直に答えるんだ。
覚えてない。
葉月!
I was so afraid I closed my eyes. My father was never forgiving of misbehavior. Keeping silent was the only choice I had in that situation.
あくまで白を切るというなら勝手にしろ。嘘つきなどうちの子ではない。
Jeez. Okay, I get that you got your sense of justice, dude, but calm down.
どこへでも行ってしまうがいい。
It's a fetch.
ちょっと葉月、どこへ行くの？近くの公園。
It was that day, was it? I picked up my umbrella and ran out of the house.
何よ、お父様ったら。
I could do anything. I got the best grades in school. I could cook. I could wash dishes and clothes. I could go shopping alone. Even my Aikido sensei praised me all the time. I was just as capable as any grown-up. But all my father did was yell at me all the time. He never took notice of my accomplishments.
もっとちゃんと私のこと見てよ。
I stomped my feet in anger as I kept walking around the city. Eventually, I arrived at the convenience store. I was told to not go alone, but I didn't care. I could do anything on my own. In front of the store, I saw something happening.
おら! 表に出ろよ!
すいません。乱暴はやめてください。
A few scary-looking men dragged the convenience store worker outside of his store.
お前がきちんとやり方を教えねえから、コーヒー全部こぼれたんだろうが。
So these guys weren't just like picking on Astrals randomly. They were just jerks in general.
それなのに金を払えとか、何言ってんだこら。
すみません。お代は結構ですから、勘弁してもらえませんか。
The store clerk apologized to the three thuggish men, but they seemed less than willing to let him off the hook.
それじゃあ俺たちの気が済まねえんだよ。謝るんだったら誠意を見せろよ。誠意を。
誠意と言われても、何をしろって言うんですか。
ああ？慰謝料を知らないのか？謝罪を形にしろって言ってるんだよ。
What a racket.
それは。
The three bad men were ganging up on an oppressing one weak, helpless man. I've seen many in situations like this in the samurai shows I watched with my father. At times like this, the wild shogun would always come in and defeat the bad guys. But this was the real world. No hero would come to save this man, and I panicked over what to do.
なんとかしなきゃ。
This was urgent. I opened my umbrella and mustered up all my courage. My nerves got the best of me and my water ball fizzled out. All it did was draw their attention to me.
なんだ今のは。あれだ。アストラル能力ってやつじゃねえか
Oh man. The mention of Astrel only enraged them further.
何がアストラル能力だよ、クソったれが。俺はな、アストラル使いが嫌いなんだよ。
They left the clerk and approached me instead. I was so scared I could barely form words. Eventually, the men had surrounded me.
アストラル使いがこんなところで何してんだよ。お前は一人かこんな危険なやつを放っておくとか。親の顔を見てみたいぜ。
So this is the part where he walked in, because these lines sound familiar to me. I thought I was capable of anything on my own, but that was nothing more than a wishful fantasy. I couldn't do anything. I was just a weak little girl pretending she was some hero. Reality hurt, and tears kept coming. All I could do was cry for help in my mind. I wished with all my heart.
おい、やめてやれよ。
Yeah, there he is! Then he appeared. My shogun in shining armor. Bah! He beat the crap out of him. I truly believe that I'm useless. Driven by a sense of justice I couldn't uphold on my own, I ended up picking a fight that I couldn't settle on my own, and once again, someone had to come in and save me. I'm still every bit as naive and childish as I was back then. But despite all of that, he still encouraged me. You didn't do anything wrong. You did what you thought was right, and there's no reason to be ashamed of that. It's no skin off my back, really. I want to help you. It makes me happy. I believe in your sense of justice, so I don't think there's anything wrong with continuing to do as you have been. Feel free to lean on me if you ever need help. I'll gladly lend a hand. Of course. He said that he would be happy to help me whenever. How do I interpret that? Yes, but I understand why it might be a bit ambiguous. He wouldn't say that if he didn't, at least, though that doesn't necessarily mean he likes me romantically either. My feelings are already solidified. I like him. I want to entrust my everything to him. What I lack is simply the courage to communicate that. He said it himself. I should do what I think is right, so I'll just do that. It's time I move forward. You get up, girl. I clench my fist and steel my resolve. Oh, how's this gonna go? I have a feeling it's not gonna go smoothly.
Riddle Joker.
It's been a few days since the incident between Ijo-san and that troublemaker. I got a little curious, so I decided to dig into the guy, Watare's background. Like she said, he's a third year and he was admitted to the school through the Astral Protection Program. His ability allows him to increase his physical strength. Before coming here, he apparently committed numerous crimes, ranging from theft to even assault and extortion using his ability. Later, it was discovered that his father had been forcing him to commit those crimes because of his ability, and he was taken under custody of the academy. He was just dealt a bad hand in life, I guess. Being used by your own parent must be hard to come to terms with. He mellowed out after coming here, but he routinely gets in trouble for minor infractions. Rumors spread about his background among the teachers and students, and they've already banned him as a miscreant. Branded him, sorry, not banned. In that sense, he's the closest thing to a suspect there could be at this academy. Just in case, I looked back in his record to find out there were ever any incidents involving water. His ability has nothing to do at all with water, though. But when I checked his alibi, I found out that he hasn't been allowed to leave the campus for a long while. And even if he could, you can't destroy faucets and sprinklers from a distance with his physical ability. He's not the person we're looking for. Still no leads. Well, no use dawdling on it. I gotta keep looking for suspects. Oh boy. Sure. While I'm deep in thought, Ijo-san calls out to me. She's been acting odd ever since the incident. She won't look me in the eye and stutters whenever we talk. It's not normal. I thought it would stop at some point, but it hasn't. Did something happen to her?
ここでは話しにくいことでな。少し歩かないか?
Oh, okay. There's a cool breeze outside. Autumn is making way for winter already. So, what is it? She keeps walking silently, brows furrowed. I feel like she's preparing for something.
よし。この辺りなら人の迷惑にはならないな。
Okay. We cross the courtyard and eventually she stops at a somewhat secluded place. This isn't about another duel, is it?
ある意味ではそうだ。
Oh, okay. She takes a deep breath and stares straight at me. You've been acting a little weird. Is everything okay?
その問いに答えるためにも、まずは私の質問に答えてほしい。
It's always something with you, Hazuki.
君には今、付き合っている女性はいるか?
Oh boy! No.
女性と付き合いたいと思ったことは?
Not really, I guess?
好きな女性はいないのか?
I don't think I do, at least. I was too focused on getting by day as a kid. I never became too busy with spy work and after meeting Dad. Only after coming to this school have I ever had the time to relax and think about things like girls.
そうか。わかった。
Oh crap. That's not what she was hoping for. After that, she pulls out a piece of paper and hands it out to me.
私は口に出して告げる勇気がない。だから、どうかこれを読んでほしい。
Oh, it's really cute, because normally she's so confident, except for here. It's for me. She nods and hands me the note. Her hands are trembling slightly. The stationery has a cute, pretty design. It's sealed with a heart-shaped sticker. Aw, it's only one thing this could be. This is a love letter. Alright, I'll read it when I get back.
できれば、ここで読んで返答してほしい。
She's like, I'm gonna explode if you don't tell me now.
わがままを言っていることは100も承知だ。でも、私は平静な気持ちで君の返事を待つことなどとてもできない。ダメならダメで構わないから。
You said you couldn't say
返答が
it.
欲しいんだ。
You said you couldn't say, but you just flat out already did. You practically did. She seems so incredibly serious about this that I find it hard to say much of anything. I should read this and answer sincerely. Okay, I'll read it. Dear Mr. Arihara Satoru. Oh no. Allow me to first extend my best wishes to you during these cold autumn days. I would also like to express my thanks for all you've done for me in recent times. Now let me get to the main subject for which I write this letter. I want to convey that that which I cannot express verbally. As you may be well aware, I'm a careless woman that has many faults and shortcomings compared to the average woman. Oh gosh. I do nothing but blunder continuously in my foolish attempt to make changes I cannot sustain. Despite that, however, I have been blessed to meet a wonderful, kind, and supportive person. That person is you, Arihara Satoru. Your caring heart, modesty have stolen my heart. I am infatuated with you. I love you. Patch. Imperfect as I am, however, my capabilities are limited in scope. If you would be so kind as to have me, I swear to serve you with all my being till the day I die. This isn't a love confession, this is a freaking marriage proposal! With that, I would like to humbly ask whether or not you would be willing to enter a romantic relationship with me. Yours truly.
書き方がわからなかったから、普通の手紙と同じように書いたのだが。
I would be having a heart attack. I'd be like, holy crap! After reading it, I'm a little overwhelmed. This is hardly a normal love letter by any standard. It feels like I've received a letter from a girl who lived in the Edo period.
何かおかしかったか? ちゃんと読めるか?
I know this is hard, but let me digest. Yeah, she used a lot of fanciful language, but the message can be summed up as, I love you, please go out with me. I could feel my heart beating as I read the letter. Those words were serious.
そこに書いたことは、すべて私の本心だ。一字一句違えるつもりはない。
And it's so her. It really is so her. She was right. This is a duel in a sense. She's laying her feelings bare and asking me to respond.
だから、どうか有原くんの返事を聞かせてほしい。
I fully understand how strong her feelings are for me. I'm so happy I'm shaking. My heart feels like it's about to burst. I want nothing more than to take her in my arms right here and now. I want to let my emotions free and tell her how I feel about her. Why won't you? But she's serious. Serious enough she pledged allegiance to me for the rest of her life. Which is why I can't act impulsively and answer how I want to deep down. I'm here on a mission. I have to keep that in mind. Oh, fetch. If I get into a relationship with someone, it'll create a rift at some point between us. It could also get in the way of my duties and responsibilities. But, no, you stop that line of thought. No matter what, I'll be forced to hide numerous things from her. Should I really go out with her considering all of that? I'm sorry. I need time to think.
そうか。
I'm sorry I can't provide you an immediate answer, but I promise I won't keep you waiting for too long.
いや、いいんだ。無理なお願いをしたのは私の方だからな。迷わせてすまなかった。
Internally, they're both like, ah! Screaming.
ありがとう、有原くん。これからもどうか仲良くしてくれ。
Always. And then she runs away. She's in like a collapse.
あ、サトルくんだ。
They're like, I need your help! After parting ways with Nijuan-san, I ran to Nanami while mulling over her confession.
いつになく厳しい顔してるけど、何かあった？
Sharp as ever, she's definitely my sister. My response, or lack thereof, to Nijuan-san's confession is still weighing on my mind. I'm just struggling with something. Think you could give me your opinion? Send her the letter.
お兄ちゃんが私に相談事って結構珍しいよね。
You could say that. Is it that odd?
お兄ちゃんって大体自分のことは自分で決めちゃうし、そもそもあんまり悩んで生きてるように見えないし。
Well, this isn't a normal thing. Hey, I have problems too, you know. It's not like I have an answer to every situation.
へえ、そうなんだ。
You're the one who can always turn to when it comes to work-related problems.
ふーん。それで、どんな悩みなの？
She stares curiously into my eyes. Just speaking hypothetically, but like... Do you think we're allowed to have love lives?
ケースバイケースだと思うよ。詳しい状況がわからないと答えられないな。
Oh, that's not great. Well, for example, what if a civilian were to fall in love with me during a spy mission?
あはははは。お兄ちゃんが夢見てる。
Ha ha ha, here, read this. I'm serious.
それって付き合いたい女の人がいるってこと？
It's more than that. Yeah, kinda.
お兄ちゃんが一方的に恋焦がれてるんだよね。
It's mutual. Well, she confessed to me.
冗談がうまいな。
I'm not kidding. Is it really that unfathomable that a girl would like me?
そっか。そういえば最近、二条院先輩と仲いいもんね。そういうことなんだ。
She definitely doesn't seem very thrilled about this. What do you think? My job is to infiltrate and carry out my duties in secrecy. I'm not allowed to fall in love and leave more trace of my presence than I need to. That's my view of it, at least. But I want another opinion, which is why I'm asking Nanami.
私は恋愛なんてしたことないし、よくわからない。
I mean, he could ask his dad, because his dad is both, like, the head of the organization, so he understands, like, the implications of this for his work, but he's also his father. He clearly cares about him, so he also would understand the need for having relationships.
けど、最終的には、お兄ちゃんのしたいようにすればいいと思うかな。
So you'd be okay with me dating her?
いつまでも、私がお世話をし続けるわけにもいかないからね。
Don't remind me.
きちんとお兄ちゃんの面倒を見てくれる人なら、私は応援するよ。
Thanks. That means a lot. I just have one concern, though. She's one of the suspects in the investigation we're conducting right now. So should I really become involved romantically with her? If the superiors found out, they'd no doubt accuse me of mixing work and private life.
お兄ちゃんは、二条院先輩が愉快犯だって思ってるの？
Absolutely not. If she even could be at all, it would be purely accidental. Not a chance. There's no way someone as honest and upright as her would ever commit a crime.
そこまで断言できるなら、もはや被疑者じゃないでしょ？
From my perspective, maybe, but I doubt Dad would think the same.
じゃあ、室長がダメって言ったら諦めるの？
Well, no matter what I'm told, my feelings won't change.
ダメならダメじゃなくなるように動く。それが、私の知ってるお兄ちゃんだよ。
She's right. Yeah, you're right. If she's a suspect, all I have to do is clear her name. I just need to find the true criminal and catch them.
とりあえず、もう一度きちんと考えてみたらいいんじゃないかな。お父さんに話すのは、その後でいいと思うよ。
I agree, actually. I'll do that. Thank you.
お兄ちゃんが彼女ゲットしたらお祝いしてあげる。頑張ってね。リドルジョーカー。
That's some heavy stuff. So you stayed up really late, huh? It's a little bit shorter, but a lot happened there. So I think we're going to go ahead and stop here for now. I think it's an interesting place because Satoru is really, like, I can see why he's really torn. It's a really tough spot to be in. Even if she wasn't a suspect, there's a lot of complication there, let alone the fact that she's the only water manipulator that they know of. So it's like that's going to be a tough alibi to really, like, break down. And he can't explain it to her, although he really will want to, and she's doubtlessly going to start piecing stuff together, so like she's going to start figuring things out. I think he should go for it, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. It's so complicated, but I love it. I love it. I really like how this story seems like it's going to be not just like the confession, get together, and then it's over. It looks like it's going to be one of those stories which I love, which is the one where there's like the relationship starts and then it explores what that relationship is. I think that's one of the best ways to do a kind of a romantic story, especially a rom-com, but this is more romance than comedy. It's more kind of action romance. And I think that's a really important aspect that can get often overlooked, is the fact that like the initial start of a relationship is really interesting to watch. And I think it's a really cool journey to join a character on. So I'd love to see it do that. And I think it's leaning that way because it feels like things have kind of like progressed, but I feel like we're far from the end of this story. So looking forward to seeing how it all plays out from here. But thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you don't mind a slightly smaller episode for Friday, but I just think this is such a good cutoff point that there's really no reason to continue, because I'm sure we're just going to get caught up in everything. Cause like, I want to know what happens next, but I don't want to jump into it right now. Otherwise, I'm going to be here for another hour, and I just don't think that's a good idea, especially with my throat. So thank you so much for your patience. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are doing wonderfully, and I'm grateful for all of you, especially to the patrons, of course, because, you know, you guys are helping make this even all the more possible, but all of you are meaningful, so thank you so much. You're all great, wonderful community members, and the lab members who are really doing their all to support me. They're like, it's almost beyond words, so thank you. And until the next video watching me, I will see you next. I'll see you there.